That tickles. What are you doing under the sheets? Did you not have enough time? Not appropriate for YouTube today. Oh, you're hurting my ribs. Love? What's wrong? There's nothing to be scared of. Don't be scared, princess. Daddy is here. Okay. And Daddy will protect you. Come here. Lay on my chest. You comfortable? Good. Okay. How about a bedtime story? Okay. A happily ever after. Are you ready? All comfy? Good. Just close your eyes and focus on my voice. It's just you and me. Okay? And if you just focus on my voice, everything's gonna be okay. So just listen to my breathing. Drown out the world until it's just you and I. Just like always. Okay, let's see. Once upon a time, in a land far, far away, there was a daddy king. He was strong and fierce. He ruled his kingdom with a fair hand. He was loved and adored by all. His days were very long, and he hardly had enough time for himself. But when he was able to get away, he would go sit in his garden. It was such a beautiful garden. It was like a maze. There was a red brick labyrinth between all the flowers, like a jungle of flowers. It had just about all the flowers imaginable. Daisies, lavenders, daffodils, sunflowers, baby breaths, poppies, carnations, dahlias, jasmine, forget-me-nots. The list goes on. But the most beautiful flower in the garden were the roses. They were of all colors. Have you ever seen a red and purple rose? Their scent was so intoxicating. He couldn't help but smile. They made the garden such a special place. The roses grew in a circle surrounding a pond. And in that pond, there were lotus flowers growing through mud, but blooming on the surface. It was a very big pond. It was so big that it even had a bridge to a secret patch of grass. Now, the daddy king would walk through the garden, pass the roses over the bridge to the grass patch, lay down, and throw his hands behind his head looking up at the sky. And just think, daydream, and wish that one day there would be someone to share his garden with. No, love. He didn't have a princess. He was all alone. But you're getting ahead. Just listen, love, and I'll get there, okay? Such an impatient little girl. Such a cute little butt. No. Okay, where was I? Oh yeah. One night, the Daddy King was staring up at the sky from his balcony, just looking up at the stars. And right before his eyes he saw her, a shooting star. He stared out into the black night, out to his land to see if he can see where the star landed or crashed. He wasn't sure. However, regardless of the distance and unknowns, he was going to go look for her. He laid down to rest, for he knew the next couple of nights he did not know where he would be or where he would sleep. The next day, bright and early, the Daddy King prepared for his journey, and off he went to find the fallen star. For 2 days, the Daddy King rode his horse with 3 of his best men by his side. Finally, on the 3rd day, he saw it. A big hole. A crater. He knew there was a possibility that she wouldn't be there, but he was not ready to give up yet. He ordered his men to search the entire area. After an hour or so, one of his guards approached him with a white satin handkerchief. "She was here, sir," he told them. "Over here," yelled another guard. There were other horse footprints. "We're following them. Let's go, men," yelled the Daddy King. They got on their horses and they took off. A few hours later, they got to a town. The horses' footprints led to the most ominous tavern you've ever seen. The sun wasn't even shining above it. But Daddy King was not scared. He walked right in and up to the bar. "What are you looking for?" asked the grotesque bartender. "I'm looking for someone." "Does this look familiar?" Daddy King responded, and showed him the handkerchief. The bartender stared at him. There was a small staring contest, but the Daddy King kept his stare firm and direct. The bartender couldn't help but cave in. He nodded and signaled for the Daddy King to follow him. As Daddy King followed, he noticed this place was not meant to be this ominous. It was a strange feeling. He couldn't explain it. The bartender stopped and moved aside. There she was. Daddy King approached the bed and saw the beautiful star. Was she asleep or dead? "Did you hurt her?" he growled at the bartender. "No, sir. We found her 2 days ago. She hasn't moved and has been very weak," responded the bartender. The Daddy King picked her up. As soon as she felt his touch, she squirmed. "It's okay, little one. I got you." He carried her out. "Back to the kingdom, men," he commanded. They rode as fast as their horses could go. Once they got back in the kingdom, the Daddy King arranged for her care. He had been gone for so long, there were urgent matters he needed to address in his kingdom. But also, he wanted to be ready to spend as much time as possible with his star. He would get reports from his maids that she was doing better, but had not fully recovered. He needed to see her. He walked up to her door and opened it slowly, and there she was, sitting, staring out the window. He walked in. She slowly turned to see him. Their eyes met. The entire universe shifted, yet got centered at the same time. "Hi," he said softly. "Yes, princess." They are finally together. "Shh. We're supposed to be trying to sleep." "Hi," she said back. As he approached her, she began began to shine. With every step he took towards her, she would shine, brighter and brighter. He knew she was all he was looking for and needed. She fell out of the sky for him. Over the next couple of days, they were inseparable. He took her to see the kingdom, and all the people loved her immediately. One sunny day. "Come, love, I have something to show you." He took her by the hand and led her towards his garden. "Where are you taking me, Daddy?" she asked in her little voice. "You'll see," he said. They walked into the garden, and she shined even brighter than before. She threw her arms around him and cried, "Oh, Daddy, it's beautiful." "There's more." He led her towards the roses, over the pond of lotus to the grass patch, looked into her eyes and said, "This is all yours. I am all yours. You are mine, all mine, and I will take care of you forever." And they lived happily ever after. Princess? Good. She's asleep. Good night, Princess. Tomorrow's another day.